Hello and welcome to the Hunt Banish Extract podcast with a little nugget of wisdom for today. If everybody's digging for gold, sell shovels. I am your host, the Drunken Bard, aka DJ, and with me are two beautiful co-hosts today, Sleepy Weasel, aka Tyler,
I like gold.
No Mortal Z, aka Aaron,
I don't dig, I sniff.
and we have two special guests today. Unfortunately, we were going to have a third, but conditions came up. Firstly, there is Hunt Lowdown's co-host, Draiic.
Hello, hello.
And we have a very special listener guest, Kugisaki.
Hi.
Kugi for short. Okay, so we are talking meta today. We're getting sweatier than an Olympian gym here. So we're going to talk mostly about how the game is in the upper levels. I wouldn't know because I never play there because I suck, but we're just going to talk about it. All right.
I've never, I've like brushed hands with 6-star lobbies, so it's kind of the same. But
I mean, I've been
I
there,
never slept
but
there.
it wasn't for long. That's for sure. I play much too much like a mongoloid. I definitely like to fall from grace pretty often because I play like a moron. But one thing that I wanted to bring up that really kind of separates everything. This is actually something that Kaiser wrote in the notes, and I thought was a great question. What do you guys think separates the best from the average? Let's go with the listener first. Kugi, what do you think separates average players from ones who are actually high level?
I would say it's the long ammo rifles because they're always the meta at high MMR.
Just
Range
the
damage
rifle?
the furthest. Yeah, and they usually run high velocity for headshots, and they will never likely change unless they make a completely different gameplay with the crowns. Um, at lower MMR, which is the 3s and the 4s that I've seen, is that usually the shotguns come along with the Winnie, or people have fanning and levering. Um, and then, of course, there are people who meme with bows and crossbows.
Okay. That's not a bad observation. The shotguns
not at
typically
all.
are never in the higher MMR lobbies because headshots are king. You're not wrong.
Right.
Well, what do
And
you...
especially where you've tuned your aim and have like a better game knowledge. It's usually the long ammo weapons. However, in contrast to what people will let you believe is that the great equalizer in all of Hunt is obviously the almighty headshot. So your ability to prevent or play around it is what makes high MMRs work. So like avoiding headshots when you know you're not going to be good at aim is your game sense in mostly, at least my 5-star lobbies.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, that's an excellent answer. I love that.
Yeah.
Draiic, what do you think?
I was gonna say, actually, what Kugi just tailed off with there with aim. I think like the higher MMR people, as I call them, are dead-eye dicks. Where lower MMR, you have actual firefights, trading body shots and arm shots and whatnot. So I don't know. I think what differentiates smaller or lower to higher MMR would be aim and how quick you are.
Simplified to just that, just like quickness and aim?
Honestly, yeah, because that's all I've noticed in terms of like, yeah, okay, obviously like shotguns and lower and long ammo and the higher, but largely it's aim.
I think I could partially agree to that. What do you... Oh, go ahead, Kugi. No, go
There's
ahead, please.
that, and also I've noticed I was talking about the high velocity part where I've come
Spitzer,
to
high velocity, those two?
yeah, and things that help. I could say that will help with lesser trades. Like having a better feedback, like having more instant feedback with generally high, faster velocity leads to lesser trades.
I think I could agree with that. Yeah, anything that makes you have to aim less is definitely going to be a huge advantage. High velocity and Spitzer are definitely the S tier ammos.
Oh yes, agreed. And
What do you
being able
think?
to afford them.
Oh yeah, if you got the scratch, please, pitch in for it. Your rank will thank you. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Ty?
I mean, I can't really add too much because I haven't really gone that far in the with the whole MMR ranges and the where the sweaties like.
Okay, then let
Where
me
they, like,
ask you
play.
this. You're often a person who gets very good wall bang shots. What makes you coordinate those?
I don't know. I just kind of take educated guesses to where they're running, and I usually will hit it.
It's a sort of
Real quick,
speed
I know
knowledge,
those
like
aren't educated.
well, sort of like an educated guess of how fast their sprint speed is. Then
Right, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's more of just like understanding the limits that the game will let you do, and then applying it to yourself and other people, and also kind of guess what you would do in that situation. So when people are running away, I'm like, okay, well, they're running this way, obviously. So if I shoot here, I'm likely to hit them.
yeah, no, that's still an excellent answer. All right,
Unless
Aaron,
there's
hit
zigzagging.
unless they're zigzagging, in
And
which
they-
case,
Which does happen, of course. So
Yeah, yeah.
what are you thinking, Aaron?
I mean, being real, not that much is different. It's usually just a reaction time thing, as well as a difference in skill, like an actual full clear difference in skill.
and not just MMR rankings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That MMR is the worst thing to happen to gaming, and I blame Call of Duty for it wholeheartedly.
Call of Duty certainly laid out the foundation for shooters, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Whether or not you love it, take it or leave it. I have a 4-word system for what I think really separates the best from the worst. And you got to make a really stupid word for people to remember it. And it's PLAP for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What is
PLAP.
that? Okay.
So it's patience, listening, aim, and positioning. And
Okay.
if you can master those 4 things, especially patience, you would be surprised. If you're impatient like me, you will get shot
And me.
frequently. Like if you peek an angle that your opponent obviously has a strong, like is already pre-aiming, you're gonna get shot. If you listen, you're going to know exactly approximately where your opponent is. If you aim correctly, we've already established this. And your positioning is the biggest one, in my opinion. Positioning is key. If you want a melee kill, especially, you have to have positioning. Shotgun, positioning. If you want a long range headshot, positioning, because you can't know, your opponent cannot know where you are. You have to be positioned correctly. And remember, if you're peeking a weird angle and you have only so much view through a crack in the building, remember, your opponent can barely see you either. So those are the good spots.
This has turned into a hunt tutorial with
Kind
Bard.
of. Well, like it's more so like that's just generalization. You'll figure them
course.
out as you go, because I could make like a video and peak
Right.
angles, but everybody gets their own kind of play style. And
Well, I
that's
would-
the only the advice I would give.
Right, and along with your plap, I would maybe venture to add like map knowledge, or so I guess game knowledge at that point. But
Plamp.
Clamp, yes.
Yeah, know where the barrels are. Plamp.
Know where the barrels are. Like positioning of tripwires. Like I mean, there's so many different things. Like knowing where metal is on a roof versus wood or whatever, so you can kind of go, all right, well, the metal's over here on the right side of the roof. So if I shoot this through this wall with my FMJ, maybe I'll hit them. You know.
Yeah, and knowing the penetration of your gun, but we're not going to add
Yes.
another letter. Plamp. Plampapa.
Plamp. The third P is silent.
The one that I think really matters to especially newer listeners, or maybe like people who just picked up the game, is noob traps, or as I typed it in my fucking notes, trab.
Yeah, you
But-
confused the hell out of me when you showed me that. It's like, what's
Yeah,
a trab?
But noob traps are probably one of the biggest problems in any game. It does not matter what it is. And let me elaborate in case you're confused, Kugi. Is like everybody says the nitro's a one shot. I mean, it's a great gun, but the sights on the gun are terrible. So noobs should
Awful.
not use the nitro. Correct?
No. Correct.
What's something you think in the game personally, Kugi, that you're like, that is absolutely something noobs should not do or
I
use?
know what
Or
it. I think I have a better answer for the use part. Is I think it all
okay,
takes time into knowing like the ambience part of it. Like what sounds like what is all in the experience for a noob to learn in this game because the learning curve is just pretty steep.
so, so you think a noob trap would be like not knowing what you're hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an excellent answer. All right, Drake, what do you think?
Oh, geez, you might have to come back to me on that one because I'm not
Okay,
totally sure yet. Hold on.
yeah,
'Cause
just
he's not a
hold on
noob.
to that thought. All right, Ty, let's hear it.
Well, I am a noob. I'll
Shut up.
I'll say one thing. I'll keep my answer a little bit more literal. The traps that always work on me, or when people do the poison concertina traps, I just don't look for traps a lot of the time. So
I'm guilty of that.
yeah,
I'm guilty of
I
that, but
think
that's the patience thing.
right, yeah, and I'm as I mentioned before, I'm pretty impatient too. So yeah, definitely looking out for traps because people do place traps quite frequently, and
Yeah,
Me,
what?
they
Wash your
work
damn feet.
against people like me. So
I think the
What?
best way to combat is just like um have the antidote on. Not necessarily the regen, but the antidote specifically.
I
But
love the
then,
antidote shot.
but then that and like last update they nerfed the antidote and then they buffed the Mithridist. So like that
Yeah.
got me a little confused. Not confused, just a little frustrated. Like how?
Did they actually buff
yeah,
Mithridist?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they buffed it because
Interesting.
their tooltip is so vague for the
Oh yeah. It's just always
I
seems
never actually
very.
know if it's better or worse than it was because it's all the same
It's
phrasing.
pretty quick response.
Okay,
I would say like
I'll have to play with it some more
I'm
because
gonna have to look.
I'm an avid antidote shot user, so
Don't
Me
count on
too.
it to save you from the trap though, because it only
it only
well,
starts once you're out of the cloud anyway. So
exactly. Yeah, you're still
Yeah.
gonna take poison damage. Be careful of
Right.
that. What do you or well, Drake, should I come back to you or go to Aaron?
Not yet.
Okay, Aaron, let's hear it.
I forgot the question.
Basically noob trap. What is something that is like, hey noobs, try this, and then when a noob uses it, it's a bad idea.
It's just trapping things in general. It's just until you know the game, just you should not be utilizing the smaller ins and outs of the game.
So especially those tripwires, you think people should really understand what they do.
Yeah, it's kind of tough just because
It's a good answer.
this game is a lot more simple than people make it out to be, but it's also not. Yeah,
the
that's
learning
kind of the best
the
way.
learning curve is huge for such a simple idea for a game.
That's fair. Drake, should I go
I
first?
have yes. No. I have one actually.
Oh, please go.
It's crouching too much. There
That's
is
true.
Yes!
there is
Yes!
such thing as crouching too much because when you're crouching, not only are you putting your head forward, right? So if you're facing an enemy, your head is still right in front. So you're actually increasing the chance of
Yeah.
getting instantly killed. Sure, you're like more or less 50% less of a target, but you're also moving slower. So people who have any kind of decent aim and probably have long ammo, you're gonna get wrecked hard.
It's like I say every single time that I'm like getting the mad headshots in games, I'm always like, hey, guess what they did? They crouched.
They crouched,
And
yep.
then I can always hit their head if I see them and they're crouching.
And
Like
the only
every
thing
single time.
Yeah, and the only thing I can think of to like offer as a fix is the moment you're shot at, stop crouching. The moment you're shot out, get out of the way, find cover, like move quickly because when you're moving quicker, you're harder to hit, especially at any kind of decent range. And yeah, so crouching too much.
And in Aaron's defense, because I like to make it kind of a meme on our podcast that I hate playing with loud players, but some of the best players, and this is in Aaron's favor, some of the best players play with the most noise, not because they're, trying to be discovered, but because they're confident in their movement. And if you can make the most noise and get the most kills, you are positioning correctly. That's a big big plus for positioning. So don't be afraid to make noise. You don't have to crouch everywhere. Drake's absolutely right. With
No,
mine,
I'm not saying don't be sneaky. I'm just saying, you know,
crouch.
the moment you're discovered,
um,
you need to move.
Yeah.
like what's the word? Crouch tactfully. You've got to
Yes.
make sure
Good word.
you want when you want your noise to be reduced, you have cover on your sides at least. And
There's
mine,
caught in a field.
yeah. Wait, Kugi, you spoke up. What's up?
There's this weird delay between like crouching and uncrouching. And when you want to like jump and like
It's
do
a
the strafing,
purpose.
it's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was put in the game on purpose 2 years ago, I think,
I see.
to discourage movement like that specifically, because the devs were getting tired of everyone complaining that like everyone was jumping around and going fucking crazy.
Right, trying to get into like a
Yeah.
pod lobby or something.
It's
Yeah,
like
I see.
and
they're so
I
used
didn't
to
think it was
Fortnite.
that bad. Yeah, I didn't think it was that
Now that
bad.
you say it, I do imagine it being bad.
The crouch
Yeah.
spam is what I was upset with years ago. Was people would just sit there and pop up, shoot, and immediately go back down again, and they would just always do that. But now when you crouch spam, you actually get like this delay between when you can crouch and stand up again, because I think it's supposed to simulate you're getting tired by doing it so fast. But like that's also just a mechanic abuse fix.
Yeah, everything needs its careful balance, right? But yeah, mastering movement is one of the biggest pieces of this game. I'll vouch for that. My noob trap is actually a lot more simple than all of these answers, and I had to talk to one of our newest listeners, Penguin. Small shout out to Penguin. Penguin, you're awesome, man. But you should absolutely avoid dynamite sticks. Avoid them like the plague. I know it's really fun to throw explosives. If you don't have good knowledge of the game, don't bring them. Bring more health shots, because health shots means you can make more mistakes. You can heal up, because the first thing that I'll see in an extended fight is you run out of healing. You don't want to run out of healing. You'd want to die first. It's better that you play more aggressive and bring more healing than it is to bring a dynamite stick that you never throw. Don't do it. It's way
Yeah.
better if you make sure that you get better at your gunplay. Because throwables are more of a tactful. It's like a chess move. You have to throw it in the right position, in the right place, and you have to make sure that your enemy cannot move away from it. Otherwise, it's a waste every single time, and nobody likes a wasted dynamite stick. So just be careful. And if you're not confident in your ability to ensure a kill with an explosive, just take more healing. It's never a bad option, even if you
Right.
die first.
Your kit
Use
can
timers,
evolve
same
over
thing.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
And fuse timers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Use on
Fun-
dynamite
fun-
sticks or-
I was gonna say fun tip for newbies is when you get the guiding lines because you're about to throw something, like you're priming it, whatever you call it, cooking it. When those little guiding dots start coming towards you, throw it. Just let go.
Yeah, don't hold it.
I figured it out the hard way, and I was like a year and a half into my hunt experience, and I was like, oh, that's how you tell that it's gonna blow up in your hand.
It's
Yeah.
not
Well-
telling you that it's going to give you a kiss. It's telling you you're dead.
Yeah, it's your life is coming or is ending, and it's coming right for you.
Well,
What's
what
up,
I
Doc?
like to do is I count to 3 and then throw, and that also like gives it enough
I
time
don't know
to
how to
fly
count.
through the air. Yeah, I go
Yeah.
0, 1, 2, 3, and then as soon as I hit 3, I throw it. So
Thanks for teaching me how to count.
just realize that
Okay.
all
Actually,
the
I just
explosives-
realized I do that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean I did hear you just say that you didn't know how to count, so I had to teach you. But but yeah, well, I think it's important to start on 0 because most of the time when people count, they start on 1, but that's like not
It's not
really
actually
how a
right.
timer works. Yeah,
Right.
it starts at 0. So
But also realize that all the explosives have a different fuse. Not all of them, but like all the dynamite I think are 4 seconds. I don't think the bigger ones are any longer. Are they? I can't remember.
I don't know.
it's
I
al-
think
it's
they're
only
5
sticky.
seconds, but yeah, sticky I think
Well,
is like
5.
7 or 8.
Oh,
Sticky's
but
8.
I was gonna say though, like sticky, frag. Well, frag might be 4 as well.
Yeah, Frank's fun.
Anyway, you can see it when you go to buy it. Just look at the fuse time, so you know when you're throwing it. Like, okay, this one I have to, have it out of my hands probably by the 3-second marker, or whatever.
Yeah, just even if you're a player with 300 hours, just remember explosives aren't always the answer. Even if you're a great player, it might be better to just take something else.
Explosives are the solution.
But then there's
Only.
always this part where you have to like, when will I learn to even throw them if I already got them
If you
from
don't
the
take 'em.
resupply?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you get
That's
them
true.
from the resupply and like
Well,
when
hey, shooting
you
range. That's a thing
Yeah.
now.
yeah,
Because we didn't
yes.
grow up with it, so
Well,
to speak.
if you
I
must
love
have
how
a
you're
throw,
trying to what a veteran.
Yeah.
if you must have a throwable and you're not confident on range, B-jar. You can throw it literally any direction but yourself, and it will probably attack something.
No,
will-
it'll return back to its owner.
It always
Well, if you
returns to
run to
own.
it, it gets homesick.
I
Okay.
don't know if you throw it close enough, it's just gonna go to you.
I have nearly 3,000 hours in this freaking game, and like at least 50% of the time, still B jars will always come back to me. It's
They
ridiculous.
just miss you.
I mean, bees are
Okay.
cute.
I don't miss them.
They are.
Well,
I
on
was
a,
waiting for somebody to say that.
on a second note, because one thing that is so key to Hunt that I think a lot of people miss, because everybody sees guns in people's hands. People see, like, oh, he's running a Mosin. I have to run a Mosin. That's not true. Underrated weapons are some of the most key weapons, and people should be taking underrated weapons, especially if they're cost effective.
The Winnie.
Okay, well, Tyler immediately
Springfield.
started. That's a great. Okay.
I
Do
mean,
you mean
honestly,
full?
all the cheap weapons are just so like they're so
They're
much
slept
more
on.
useful.
They're
Yeah,
slept on.
They're
all
slept
of the
on.
small ammo ones.
Compacts in general. I could agree with that. It's not my full answer. Well, Kugi, let's hear it. What's your underrated weapon? What don't you see people take that slept on?
The Bornheim.
No,
Oh,
on
geez.
Yes.
I don't even know if I'm right about this because I only have about like 680 hours in the game, so I might be wrong with
Doesn't
this.
matter.
I like baby Mosin, like an Obraz,
Baby Mosin. Okay.
with
okay.
paired with the now drilling hatchet. Those are my
I definitely don't think that
fire
one's slept on,
combos.
but I do love it.
Yeah.
It's not underrated, but I do think that maybe better players don't utilize it. I would agree with that. What do you think,
I would.
Drake? Oh no, go ahead. Finish, Kugi, please.
I was just. It's okay. I was just gonna say I have played quite a few games where I've done really well with just a Romero and a Caldwell uppercut, like flew through
Yeah.
high
Take the heavy
4 stars
hitters.
lobby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And even I would even argue some of the less taken ammo types like Dragon's Breath. A lot of people would roll their eyes. No, seriously, if you don't kill, he's on fire, and that sucks for him.
For him.
It really does.
What are you thinking, Drake?
That's where you get your sidearm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of bouncing between. I feel like I don't see a lot of people take the Martini Henry, but when
Ooh.
I do experience a Martini Henry being used against me, they're always like hitting me, and it's really irritating.
So consistent.
It is a very consistent weapon.
If anybody has proven your point more than anybody else, that's Nino.
Fair.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's his main weapon.
And I would probably say, oh, that's why I couldn't find it because I didn't search for that. The Spark Silencer. I really don't think I see
Ooh.
people take that, but man, that thing still packs a punch, and they don't know where you are. I would say those two, maybe the Springfield Crag, just because I don't know. I don't see a lot of people take that either.
They're all excellent.
They're very excellent, and I mean, granted, the Crag is over double the price of the Spark Silence, but
It's technically the headshot king of this game if you're good with your aim and have Iron Eye. It really is. Don't sleep on that. All right,
and the
Ty.
sniper is fun too.
Oh yes. Ty, let's hear it.
I think a lot of people don't use small ammo because they think small means it's not as strong, but it's not true. It barely does any less damage. You can still 2-shot hit kill people. Like I love the Lamat carbine. That gun is pretty fantastic. I don't see it very much, but I do see it more than some of the other weapons with small ammo. I don't know. I do think the Winnie though is a lot of people just don't use it because it's like a starting gun. But if you learn how to master killing with that gun, you can pretty much use anything else.
150 meter headshot. I mean, it used to be 98 way back in the day, but that 150 meter buff, man, those Winnies, especially with high velocity, are deadly.
Yeah, they
very.
are.
Very.
They're fast too. A lot of people don't realize how fast they are.
The base
98,
Winnie
actually.
with the base Martini is the same muzzle velocity.
Yeah.
I think I might actually be wrong on the old headshot range, but
I
98
think
sounds
it
about
was
close.
lower. I think it was lower. I think it was like 75. Yeah.
Oh God, I hope it wasn't.
I could be
75.
wrong, but I'm
That's
pretty sure it was
bad.
low. Yeah.
That's
That's not a damn
bad.
It was
uppercut.
very bad.
Sheesh. All right, hit us with a good answer, Aaron. Sure.
Well, I'm still trying to think. I really don't know what I don't see because I see a pretty good variety of stuff these days.
I will
Yeah.
say,
They made
Oh.
everything viable these days. It's just really hard to choose one thing.
well, I will tell you one that I almost never see utilized properly because a lot of people would be like the crossbow. No, I think crossbow gets a good amount of
Like
credit.
me. I use my crossbow a lot.
I
Poison.
love
Love
crossbow.
crossbow.
Hand or big version is amazing, especially with that dragon's breath on the small fucking
yeah.
little nuke.
Here, I have a thought. How about the silent spark? This is my silent loadout. Silent spark. Sparks with choke.
That's
Oh,
That's not-
choke, so you can kill people
that's
through the wall.
Yeah.
yeah, that's not
yeah.
no, that's excellent. That meme, it might be meme.
I've had Tom do
loadout,
that actually.
is a
was
meme loadout.
hilarious.
but it does fucking work. It's literally an AoE one
Trickster
hit.
Day fun, dude. I only got
Yeah.
to go with it once, but oh my god, I lived that meme.
Old flash bomb too.
I need
was
a
a big
Steam
favorite.
achievement for this shit.
Yeah, because flash bomb still does 1 damage, but new flash bomb is a fucking joke. No, but I do think crossbow gets its credit, but my answer is the base Nagant, not silenced. I legitimately think that that extra 20 meters you get from that base Nagant, it's only 24 hunt dollars, guys. And you can take bleed on the son of a bitch now, making that semi-auto not so fucking bad. And fanning on that thing is just as fast as the silenced. It's a monster if you can use it just right.
I was about to say, I think I said this on my podcast, but I think I have said it on yours as well, that fanning with the base Nagant is probably the fastest firing gun in the game.
It is.
Even
It's
over the silent variant.
disgusting.
It is
Yeah.
incredibly, I mean, it's like, it's a burp. And in terms of sound, it's just like, holy crap, what just happened? And it's 7 rounds just out.
It does just slightly more damage than the silenced at certain ranges because silence quickly falls off. The base Nagant does not. It's 74 to a head. So that means the body taps are a little further out. You'd be shocked at that thing's potential.
Yeah. I agree with that.
What do you think, Aaron?
It's tough because
Yeah, well, I mean, I see you use that little Nagant all the time.
I also see you absolutely adore, especially the Scottfield Precision and the Vetterly Silenced. I've seen you rock those hard.
I think some of my highest kill games have been with both of those specifically.
I wouldn't say that the Vetterly Silenced is a
the Vetterly
is
slept on.
It's underutilized though because that bullet velocity scares a lot of people out of it.
Actually, yeah.
What's funny is that
is a good point.
That silent gun is the one I get the most kills with. I don't know
Yeah,
how. I've learned that velocity.
I feel like a lot of people use that gun specifically in like
Incendiary.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like the middle MMR meta, I would say.
It's just it is slept on because if people are a lot of people are like, if I take a silence veterally, I could just take a silence sparks, kind of like what you guys are saying. I don't see it that often though, but they do think, I'll just upgrade. I'll just upgrade and I'll take a mini Mosin or I'll take a Mosin. I don't see a lot of people taking silence veterally anymore, and it's got
I
high
just tried
velo.
one today.
Well,
I mean,
I'm just saying it's not as often. I used to see it a hell of a lot more. I definitely think that
What
the
changed?
people, economy, a lot more people are getting a lot more hunt dollars especially if they win. If you run free loadouts, you're guaranteed, even in death, if you get like 1 or 2 clues and a kill or two, it's positive money every time. A lot of people seem to think that it's impossible to earn money in this game. Play smart.
It's really not that hard.
No, I've gone positive. I only go negative because I run shit I like or run shit's a little more meta, and I try to sweat my balls off and die anyway. To the people doing exactly what we're talking about, running underrated shit.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, do you just kind of want to stick with that, or do you have a better answer?
Nah, after you said it, I really don't see the Vetterly all that often.
At least, not that variation. I used to see it all the time. I'm wondering what happened.
I think the Centennial got buffed too hard, so now people are like, "Ooh,
Oh,
Centennial
true.
is my medium ammo go-to now. Screw you, Vetterly." And it's like, well,
That's
okay.
true. That's still
I think it got pushed aside.
Yeah,
But and the
Tyler.
drilling pushed it aside.
Tyler proved that fucking gun is a menace. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
hmm
So one one thing I want to bring up real quick, because I actually did not bring it up already, is our audience poll and questions, because I like to do that around the middle of the episode, and we're approaching roughly there, and I just want to make sure that our audience gets the acknowledgement that they deserve. You guys are awesome.
Of course.
Appreciate you guys. On the poll, I just asked if you guys wanted a new intro. Nothing special. I couldn't think of anything especially great to ask, but you guys seemed to like the intro. Very shocked. It was actually just me and Kaiser who made the intro within like 2 hours. I'm glad to hear that you guys like it, but we will eventually come up with a new one, but I will absolutely keep this one if you guys do like it. Thank you guys. As for our audience questions, Reality, you commented on the episode before this, and you're now a reoccurring commenter. Thank you. And I asked you guys, what mistake do you see hunt players make too often? And I bet you guys will heavily relate to this one. This one is an excellent answer. Overcommitting to a fight, wasting a lot of resources. My team does this a lot, me included. I am so guilty of it too, and I see other teams do this too. I especially see teams that I have tagged overcommit, which is funny. What, Drake? What do you think of this specifically? Because I know you are. I know you especially find a lot of people doing this.
Yeah, it's honestly it's kind of hilarious, and every once in a while I catch myself even doing it still. But yeah, when you just the moment you get shot, you turn around, you just throw your entire kitchen sink over the wall at them. That's so relatable.
Random
And,
bullshit. Go.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
this bee jar. I hope you like bees. Dynamite. I hope the bees don't die to the dynamite. Like, and you're not even like varying out where you're throwing it. You're just. I've seen that a number of times. It's great. Yeah, I agree with that. That's
That's it.
that's a hell of a mistake to make, is throwing your entire arsenal all at once.
I like that. I like the wasting resources too, especially on the first team.
Yeah.
That's a huge answer. I actually didn't think of that, but I'm guilty of that, especially.
Oh,
Wanting to
I'm
win that
very
first fight.
guilty. Well, like Aaron and I are the worst, I would say, because like we hear gunshots and we're both like, dude, you win. Like we just immediately
Time
drop
to shoot every
everything.
bullet.
Yeah, we drop everything we're doing. We're like, dude, I want to fight. Let's go.
Well, dude, I play the game to have fun, and I play the game to
Yeah.
get in fights. So
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my logic too.
Kugi, you have friends that are especially big on like your friends are really, really fucking high level too. What do you think about that? Because I know you're really good at thinking of when to dip in and out of fights. I noticed that about you.
Yeah, and I have to kind of necro you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I die again anyway. It's fine.
Oh, the
And-
Necrobot.
Oh, I have so much to talk about necro. Maybe some other time too. Sorry, I'm blanking out. What was the question again?
It was what you really see other hunters do wrong, and what reality's answer was is overcommitting to fights, especially.
Overcommitting, and I've noticed I have died less to fanning. I have missed more from fanning these days.
I definitely think fanning is a lesser option. I think levering is better.
And I think the only weapon right now that has met my expectations for fanning has been the PAX True Shot, because although it has been kind of a disappointment for whatever specific role it was made, which was probably to help with better range and have a longer barrel, but I think it does really well on fanning.
Tight crosshairs. It's the
Yeah.
smallest hip fire in the game, I think.
I
But
think there is another one, but you have to glitch it to happen. I can't remember which rifle it is. But anyway.
somewhere close to that.
Damn it,
Yeah,
please
it's
know that
very
one. Find out.
Okay. I'll remember next time. I'm sorry.
All right, Ty, what do you think? What do you think people commit wrong in this game a lot?
Well, I mean, we already said it earlier. They crouch too much.
Yeah.
So that's your answer. Is you just like
Yep.
you're sick of watching people crouch walk.
Well, yeah, well, that, and I don't know, if I can see you and you're crouching, you're like,
You're dead.
yeah, like there's people think, well, because I'm crouching, like I'm more hidden. It's like, yeah, but if I see you already, you're not really hidden, are you?
Right.
You know,
That's
like
true.
like we were saying earlier, get up and run, you know. Or no, don't. Everybody crouch in front of me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody, my KD needs a little buffer, please.
Yeah, Lord knows.
I need some padding.
All right, Darren, what are you thinking? Biggest mistake people make.
Rushing in without shotguns.
He's talking about us.
Me, pick me, my lord.
Yeah.
He's literally talking about us.
Literally just storming
other
the
night.
compound.
Yeah,
Oh,
the other night,
God.
like, dude, they're in that building.
It's
We gotta
okay.
go
It's
in.
okay. He's guilty of his own advice.
That's why I'm saying it.
We're literally all guilty of it.
Yeah, at least run in if you don't have a shotgun. At least have fanning or levering or
Or
something.
melee
Yeah,
or
no,
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was bringing
Or some
nothing but
goddamn
single shots all
confidence.
night that night too.
Yeah, or good aim. One of the
Just
other.
yesterday, he brought a crown and then he died, and he's like, he's right next to me, and then that guy took his
I-
crown and shot me in the face.
Well,
Yeah,
to be fair,
not me.
what happened was I
That's
ignored the
hilarious.
fucking grunt. No, I ignored the fucking grunt with me, and I'm like, nah, no way, man. And then I got a tag on him, and he immediately tagged me back with, I think, a Springfield, or it was a heavy hitter. And then I fucking missed my second shot because I hit him in the arm, not the fucking chest. And then the grunt
It was
smacked
slug
me.
too, wasn't
That's
it?
awesome.
No, it was not slug. It was regular buckshot.
Screw the slug.
Yeah, the fucking grunt killed me. And then Kugi walked in the fucking room and died to my crown because she didn't pay attention.
Hey, I was paying attention. I just didn't want to push it.
You pushed it!
No, I didn't.
Okay,
But she said
you
she
know
didn't
what? That's my
want it.
asshole fault for dying in the first place. With a crown, no less.
Yes, thank you.
But the mistake that I definitely see people make more than fucking anything else in this game is taking a shot with no like your teammates aren't informed, nobody fucking knows, and then you shoot and you ping and you
Oh.
miss and your whole team is exposed.
I've
Don't
seen that recently a
fucking
lot.
Ping first, warn your teammates, warn them of the location, and then shoot. At least your teammates can get a
Yes.
follow-up shot. You know who's fucking guilty of that? Me. I will do it all the fucking
say.
time.
I was like, is he
Yeah.
gonna blame me?
Hey,
Yeah, you shoot
60%
and then you're
of
like,
the time.
I'm in a fight. Where are they? Right in front of
60%
me.
of the
Well, I
time.
don't know where you are, man.
60% of the time, it's an instant headshot. The other time, it's an instant miss, and we're all in a firefight that I started.
At
Yeah,
least if
no,
it was me, I would get the headshot. Come on, man.
I've made a habit that when I see players to ping first and go, I see players, and then
And then you hear a bullet ring out, and it's too fast.
Too fast, yeah.
Granted,
Yeah.
I have done that before where I'm like trying to ping first, but they already see me, and then since I don't take the
Oh,
shot because I'm
well.
trying to ping, then I die. But
There are exceptions to the rule,
Yeah.
but the rule is you see players, you ping and warn first, and then
Yeah.
take the shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my point was I always ping first, even when it's to my detriment. So.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay.
Well, what is something that other hunters should avoid? And I don't mean noob traps. I mean, what is a common mistake that is repeated over and over and over? And I don't mean repeaking. Everybody says repeaking. If you repeak a window, you're going to get shot. That's granted. They can see you.
Engaging me in combat. I just want to get out with a bounty, guys. Leave me alone.
Let Drake leave, please.
That's not my actual answer, by the way.
Okay.
No, it is
Well,
now.
It is now.
So
All right.
moving on.
moving
no,
on.
I'm kidding.
Okay, well, do you have an actual answer?
Something hunters should avoid and why? No, I don't. Not yet.
Okay, Kugi. What is something hunters should avoid and why? What, and not like a noob trap, but what do you see a lot of people trying to mimic, or maybe you see a lot of people do and it never works?
I was gonna say avoid rain maps. I guess.
Oh fuck. Okay. No, that's actually not a bad idea. Avoid weather conditions because they take away a lot of the
You
senses.
didn't come with the right gun. Just leave. It's okay. Just sneak out.
Yeah, sniper on a fog map.
Don't listen to Reddit. They like to shit on people for having logical decisions.
Yeah, that's Reddit we're talking.
One of the original tooltips even suggests, if you don't like your chances, find an extract and leave.
It's literally
the game suggests it.
Anything you want to add to that, Kugi?
Now that I thought about the answer constructively, I guess hiding while your teammate fights, either have positioning in mind or I guess criticizing plays in a non-constructive way afterward.
Yes.
For
Oh
teammates.
god, yeah. Save your criticism if it's bad.
Yeah, and not running up in a lobby.
I have someone I could call out, but I won't.
I can tell the alcohol is hitting.
Is it me?
No.
Oh, that's surprising. I do it.
Not for me, but it's someone we both know, though.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I literally did it to Kugi and Colin yesterday. So.
Oh, I don't remember. I'm genuinely saying it in a constructive way for advice.
Hey, be self-aware. That's a big hint I could give to a lot of you. Just please be aware of your mistakes. It's okay to be like fuck and take one on the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's
I have one last one for my one is especially since I started this game with a friend, I've never as much as I've played solo, it's not been a better experience. I would say always get friends to play with a better experience.
I'd agree with that.
Always funner with friends.
I almost never play Hunt solo.
I never do anymore. This game is
always play Hunt solo.
Yeah, me and Ty always play solo when we get the chance. Speaking of which, Ty, you got an answer?
Yeah, when people don't heal themselves.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, how did I forget that?
That is a great answer. Yeah.
Stop leaving your bars, especially when I see teammates. Like, why?
Even if you have
everything.
Yeah, to add to his answer, even if you have a split second, just fucking heal, man. You can take one more
Yeah.
bullet.
Yeah, literally that bullet will that like extra, even if it's a small bar, it's probably going to save your life. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, every fucking time too.
mhm.
What's up, Aaron? What do you got? What is something you see people repeat too much? Like a mistake, of course.
Trying to wallbang all the time.
Shut up.
Ooh, giving away your position with fucking bullets. I like that. No, I'm
I like
guilty
that
of
one.
it too.
Not even a diss at you. It's just there are way too many people that just randomly try to wallbang all the fucking time after
It's
they
true.
see you through a window for like a split second. They always
Now-
miss like about 90% of the time, but it's like
Not me.
I don't know. You're just kind of wasting ammo doing that. Because some people will just keep spamming it after.
Yeah, like they'll
Yeah.
literally be like, "Oh, I guess the wrong position. Better shoot 5 more fucking bullets and waste my whole round." No,
Adding to that, I actually love it when people do that to me because they're like shooting through a wall, and you know when the bullets go through the walls, they make like a puff of smoke. If you shoot at the puff of smoke, if it was directed at you, there's a good chance it's gonna hit them. That's another tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
true. You
And
can
then
retaliate.
Yeah.
the other one
Yeah.
is waiting for the clip to end if you know what gun it is, which I'm
Mhm.
sure you do
Oh,
at
that's
600
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, you need to learn the sounds each gun makes. I'm still learning some of the newer ones, but for the most part, I can
There is a
adding
link.
distinguish.
There is a link where you can play each and every gun sound from different meters. So like 100, 200.
Yep.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
do
Yeah,
that in
like
game.
click it. Yeah.
yeah.
Just go into 3D view for the gun and just start scrolling.
Yeah, but it just
And-
takes too long to like switch to a different gun and then like compare the two.
fair,
like,
but there's no other way that's faster that I'm aware of. So
Well,
That's what I'm
the
saying.
gun-
There is a link that exists that has all the guns
Yeah.
in.
Well, the gun sounds are so iconic. Memorize them, please. You
Mhm.
will
Yeah.
thank yourself later. And adding to what Kugi said, that's an excellent thing, especially with shit like shotguns and fanning. If that close range weapon is out, fucking run at them. They can't do shit.
Yeah.
They will die to you. If they shot their Romero, follow them around that fucking corner and shoot them
Oh,
right in
yeah.
the head.
or chase them with melee or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Play
it's
aggressive. People do not know how to handle it. Me
almost
included.
never. Even
you
in
make-
high elo, man.
Yeah.
Those
If you
people
make me panic, if you make me panic, there's a good chance you'll kill me. So it goes the same for everybody. Make them panic.
And my
Um,
biggest. Oh, go ahead, Drake.
I actually had thought of one. Piggybacks off of Aaron's. If
Okay.
if you're pushing a compound and you know there's people inside like a building, don't sit there and jump around right outside the wall constantly. Stop
Yeah.
doing that. Because
You're
then
not
they're
Fortnite.
because then they're going to wallbang you. Like you're making
Yeah, I
all
do
this
it all the
noise
time.
and not running around. You're gonna get
That
shot through the
invisible
wall.
man aiming at your head isn't shooting. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're not fucking Hornet, dude. You're not avoiding the headshot because you planned on your jump preemptively peeking the corner.
Yeah. So it's just, I'm not saying sit still per se, but just like, don't sit there and jump around and dance in one spot for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
reposition.
People do
Just
that.
reposition.
It's
Yeah.
They
why?
do. Well, and
So-
one of the biggest things, if you don't want to run and you don't want to crouch, regular walk. It's still
Dude.
headshotable, but my god, it makes less noise and you're
Yes.
still moving a decent speed.
So I have a theory with the audio of running in Hunt. Obviously crouching is quietest, sprinting is loudest, but I think the gap between regular walking and sprinting is larger than the gap between regular walking and crouching. Because there's been times where I would just regular walk up to something and people never knew I was there. Like I almost walk right up onto them. It's kind of crazy.
Well, it's
I
because
actually
they're listening for
highly
the running
recommend it.
footsteps. Yeah,
True.
that's not what they're listening for.
You're-
Like,
That's a good point, actually. Maybe the regular walking speed blends a little bit in with like a grunts or hive or something walking around.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Until it gets louder because it's getting closer. But I guess beyond that,
Yeah, that's an excellent point, man. People just underestimate just how little sound that walking makes because the sprint, it literally sounds like they're stepping on your eardrums, but the
Yeah.
regular walking, man, it can be pretty deceptive.
100%.
my biggest hint, and my God, I swear the lower lobbies are so guilty of this. Don't hesitate. Stop thinking, should I, my teammate just died. Should I come up and take that second shot and finish the guy off? Yeah, you fucking should. You should take the risk. You should take more risks. You should stop waiting. You should stop thinking, should I throw that dynamite stick? If you brought one, like my conversation for either, throw it. Throw the fucking thing and do something. If you fuck up, you tried. It's better to try and fail than do nothing, because guess what? You never know if you would have made it. How many people? Oh, what's up?
Go ahead. I was just gonna say my only caveat to this that you're saying now is that it kind of depends, on like what's actually happening.
Well, of course.
Sure,
Of course.
your buddy just died, but like if you got someone pushing behind you, maybe don't peek the guy that's up there that killed your buddy. Maybe turn around and deal with that guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's all dependent. That's a bit of a.
I
big
think
example,
what
but-
he's more saying is take action.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
fair enough.
At least try, because if
Do something.
if I have watched in every single, it does not matter what MMR, there's always that fucker that does absolutely nothing and he gets his whole team killed. He doesn't go like this. The biggest thing is I watch people stare at their teammate when your teammate says, "I'm a good res." Assess the situation. If you hear, tell your teammate. Do you hear, like, if you're on comms with them, do you hear footsteps on your body? No? It might be a good idea. If you are hesitant, do a fake out, do a little res, and then jump away. If you hear a bullet, well, you were correct. But it's better to try.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, it might save you 10 minutes. There are a lot of people that will play slow, and then you die anyway. Fuck
And don't be afraid to body block. I feel like everybody kind of knows that. But just in case there's anyone new listening, don't be afraid to, the moment your buddy starts to stand up, you jump in front of them and jump around and absorb a shot for them. So at least they're standing.
Just do something. Do something.
Let the weight of your iron balls fucking take that first bullet, man. Don't be a coward. I don't care if you're a lady. Let your iron balls take that first bullet.
Wasn't gonna say anything.
Well, you know me. I hate cowards. So in this game, especially, it pisses me off. So yeah, don't be a coward.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm curious because, we've played enough of this fucking game to have a large opinion of everything in the game. But what was recently announced, and I was shocked, I probably should have brought this up sooner, but I thought it was really interesting to get everybody's perspective on the game as a whole. But with the recent weekly update, we got Dennis coming on. Finally, everybody's been begging for Dennis. No offense, Fifield, your beard is beautiful, and yeah, but they talked about removing special ammo types from guns. One of the big ones being Dolch.
Hell yeah!
Thank God.
Thank
FMJ and the bleed.
The FMJ especially, man.
I think the only way I'd be okay with leaving those on there is if they just changed the Dolch to be medium ammo or something. You know what I mean? Like, don't make it special base. I know, but with how it's already been nerfed, why not just switch it back to being non-special ammo as the base?
The problem with that gun is it should always be that way because ammo should always be scarce for that gun. And the problem is the Dolch. The Dolch is the problem because it is technically the best gun in the game at 70 meters. Which, if it's the only gun that I would argue beats it is the Mosin. Because the Mosin is such a quick reload. Because people will be like, the Lebel. The Lebel doesn't, it does not reload fast enough, and the re-rack is slower than the Mosin. But
that's fair.
The Dolch is a monster, man. And I would still argue, even like the Centennial getting high velocity and bleed, I think those two should be removed from the gun. I never realized why they were added in the first place. They're not the most out of position and meta breaking things, but they're just not healthy even in lower elos, especially.
No. As an avid Centennial user, I 100% agree.
I think FMJ was perfectly okay, and I think Poison was like you're brave enough to take Poison. Damn.
Yeah.
I actually
ble-
loved Poison on Centennial. That was a
I
good
hate
match.
it. I can't wallbang.
Well, okay.
I
Aside
mean,
from not being able to wall
shitty.
bang, I thought it was a
Yeah.
good.
But
That with
good
levering,
addition.
oh, broken.
crazy. But well, especially our guests, because obviously these three fucking talking mouths always love to shit on the custom ammos. But Kugi, let's get a little bit more of your opinion. What are you thinking of like these rollbacks on some of these bigger guns with custom?
I do agree with the Dolch. Um,
It'd be
I
weird if anybody disagreed.
I I hate to say this, but can drilling ever exist without bleed?
Yes, FMJ, and if it got high velocity, that thing would be a fucking monster.
Don't even speak that. I will
That's
banish you
going
to the
to
shadow
happen
realm
now.
so fast.
That's a guess. That's a guess.
They're going to add it now that you said it. So
Damn it.
That's strange that you mentioned drilling. Well, okay, I'm gonna let you say your piece, please.
um
But like,
I
is there other guns specifically? Like maybe you thought I thought uppercut with FMJ was strange, just giving it more range. It's already powerful.
yeah, and then they brought uppercut precision.
Yeah,
What about the special ammo in Spitzer? Why aren't we talking about Spitzer?
it. I think. Well, making a hit scan gun more hit scan is arguable. The only thing that's huge about Spitzer is going through concertina, most walls, right?
And it's faster.
Yeah, I think the faster speed isn't that noticeable. Am I crazy? I don't think Spitzer is the biggest speed deal in the whole game.
I disagree.
I disagree
it
too.
is so fast. It's
I know.
ridiculous.
I feel the difference
Yeah,
immediately.
me too.
The only time I would say is 250 meters plus. Otherwise, I barely notice it at all. Within a compound, at least. Or even two compounds.
Well, I mean that's kind of the point. Is it becomes a hit scan gun in Hunt when you have when you're within one compound
then-
range of a player.
Then it relies on a marksman or sniper scope. No, then past that point, it's like it's Spitzer to me is mostly only a sniper scope ammo type. Otherwise, I don't want to take it.
I mean, when you're within the range of a compound, I would tend to agree because long ammo is fast enough, and you're probably already used to the leading distance. That you wouldn't have to worry about it being hit scan. But also, if you just want to be able to hit scan within 100 meters, take
Yeah,
Spitzer.
I don't take scopes. I hate scopes. So
I love scopes.
and I
Me
I
too.
love taking Spitzer because it becomes like that hit scan. I think what a lot of people don't realize you can also do is like with the Mosin, the shorty version, it gets quite a drop in velocity. Not if you take Spitzer, and it's still pretty
That's
good.
fair.
So yeah, you can still take it for like the variance, and it'll like help make up for some of the loss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Well, Kugi, you specifically brought up Spitzer. Do you think it's imbalanced?
Yes, for the big one. Yeah.
Okay. So do you agree more with them that you just think that it's way too hit scanning, especially past like 150 meters plus?
Yes. And then getting cheated on with it.
Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
cheaters
well,
is
yeah.
like a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's unfortunate.
Well, and then to answer the actual the question initially, I understand that some guns truly can make sense with slug, but having Crown and King with slug,
Um.
I don't know.
Okay.
Just something to put out there. I don't have an opinion about it. I'm just like, hey, question to you guys. But
My biggest arguing point is just any long ammo and iron eye. The ones that are more than one shot, or more than one shot, because it's basically the same thing. If you Crown and King is obviously at least a half second faster, but long ammo and iron eye is still crazy consistent, fast, and huge aim punch. I don't think slugs are, because if you're talking about one tap range, that 20 meter one tap range, in my eyes,
Yeah.
isn't the biggest deal. I understand, but I don't think it's imbalancing like Spitzer. I could at least see Spitzer. But at the same time,
Agreed.
I don't think Spitzer's the biggest deal in the world because it's the only thing that makes sniper scopes especially naughty. Otherwise, yeah, I guess then you would just argue, well, it takes more skill, so that would also invalidate my argument. I don't know. I guess I'm probably wrong.
I
Aaron,
guess.
what do you're especially quiet right now. What are you thinking?
What do you mean? I'm letting you guys talk.
That's fair. No, I just thought maybe you had because like the whole custom ammo thing. Do you just kind of?
I'm indifferent about custom ammo, to be honest, because I never really have a problem when I die to any type of custom ammo or when I use it, because I'm expected to have either issues or just bonus gameplay from it. I'm not really expecting much else out of
The only one
out
that
of custom.
fair. The only one that I had the biggest issue with is now gone. Thank fuck, or at least it's dimmed. Was Nitro Shredder because holy shit, it did not deserve to be everything that it was, but it is
I agree with
nerfed.
that.
Nitro Shredder was
Yeah.
disgusting.
I think most people
Fuck.
do agree with that too.
And thank God it got the nerf it deserved. But it still leaves. I mean, I still hate Centennial Bleed, but that's because 124 damage at an exceptional range. I'd argue an exceptional range with repeat shots is really fucking annoying to deal with. I wouldn't say it's game breaking, it's annoying. And annoying affects how I feel about the game. If
That's
I were to
fair.
argue anything. Overall, I'm okay with them trying to roll back some of these. Please get rid of all Dolch ones. I think Dolch was already powerful without it. I think everybody said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, I don't want a Dolch. Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Especially precision. Holy shit! Literally,
yeah.
none of the
Yeah, that doesn't need
downsides.
to exist. Like,
Fair.
that doesn't need to exist, period. Like, the whole gun itself.
Yeah, literally taking the only downside of the gun and getting rid of it. Because everybody would be like, the range. Yeah, you expected a fucking semi-auto pistol to have like 150 meter range. Fuck
I'd
off.
like to know who unironically uses the Han Solo variant, the Deadeye Dolch.
I'm
Who
glad
took it
unironically uses
once.
that?
I took it once and like I don't like scopes, so I didn't really like it, but I did get a headshot with it like right away.
I mean, fair enough.
Of course you did.
I'm
Of course
glad
you
it
did.
exists. It gives that gun a sort of interesting meta, if anything. 'Cause if
I just go ahead.
no, that's it.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's hilarious when I was talking to Baldy about it. He was like, "It's okay, except that when you shoot it, it like you still get the same recoil. So like like the moment you shoot, now you're looking at the sky, and then now you're straight back down again. Like as long as you don't get motion sickness, use it. Go ahead." I was like, "That's a
Fair.
good point. The recoil is insane in Deadeye."
I am actually such a fool. I got so caught up. I hope that this listener listens to this one because I got caught up on the audience questions because there was one more and I am such an asshole if you don't hear this, Martin.
I
I'm
actually wondered
sorry.
if you were done with those.
I
should have said something.
we got no, it's fair. We got so mixed up in everything and this conversation's been rolling around. Holy shit, if nothing else, Martin, I hope you're still listening to this because I'm getting to your question now. Because the Hunt players making mistakes too often, you said seeking out every fight possible. Sometimes it's smarter to extract it and go fresh. Don't commit to a fight to begin with if you can't win the fight. And we did mention that.
Yeah,
We did mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was specifically Kugi who brought that up. And I'm so sorry that I did not bring that up sooner, but I saw it on the background of my monitor and I realized I goofed because I've also got the show notes beside us. I don't think a single soul would disagree with that though.
Yeah.
Because like it's very similar to what Reality said about overcommitting. But man, please, with your teams especially, don't be afraid to reset. It's better to go in with that same hunter on a second fight.
Oh yeah. In fact, if you get into a a spawn fight within the team and you win, but you and maybe hell, all of your team went down once or twice throughout that fight, I'd argue you should extract. Go get your bars back at the menu and come in again. No
Yeah, change
point
your
in
guns. Maybe
pushing.
your style changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the newfound points that you gained from looting all the bodies and getting all that XP and
Yep.
killing all the grunts that you had to during that fight, because we know there were at least 30 grunts that ran at you.
Oh, yeah. did they change that, by the way? Have you guys noticed an increase in grunts?
I've noticed an increase.
Yes.
It is insane.
In whole
I don't hate it. I think it was.
I don't hate it either, but
was
also
fun.
wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it's always like a holy fuck, I just killed a fourth one and they still got the asshole on the other side of the wall.
Like, whenever I have to clear grunts, I almost never run out of stamina. But lately, I run out of stamina, and I'm like, what do I do? I guess I just start shooting. But yeah,
Aaron and I had that problem
the other day. I got asked the other day on the other side of the map, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, I can't tell you why I'm not okay, because this is also embarrassing that I can't deal with this horde of zombies. So nothing. It was just hives. It was just hives.
yeah.
The worst. People might disagree with me, man. If I hear an immolator, I just in the back of my, not even dogs, because dogs I can shoot in the head, but the immolator, I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then I always check my fucking stamina, and I'm out, and I forgot the knuckles. Even if I have knuckle knife, I'm out of stamina, so I got to do the wake swing 4 times.
Yeah,
this asshole.
And for some reason, you brought a bayonet instead of a regular rifle, so now you can't even heavy melee.
Exactly, and I'm like, God damn it,
that's me.
And you can't outrun the Olympian. That fucking
he is
immolator,
fast,
dude. He's
bro.
fast as fuck, boy. He's Keemstar.
There's nothing more embarrassing in Hunt, I think, to dying to AI unless you're new. I don't want to discourage you if you're new. If you're new, it's totally fine, and I actually encourage get your inaugural death to AI in at some point, because it'll happen.
Yeah.
It will happen. But as a person with almost 3K hours, getting downed by an immolator, it's just like, oh come on, I'm just gonna Alt F4. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone here except for Kugi has 1,000+ hours in this game. If any one of us dies, we're making fun of each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
True. Yeah, if you're not us, or if your buddy's high in hours and he dies to AI, make sure to roast his ass.
Yeah, especially if you're new. If you're new and your buddy who has a lot of hours gets their ass pushed
cocky.
in, yeah, you gotta roast them for it. Even if you're
Actually,
new.
the high elo players that I play with 5 and 6 stars, I actually have a medal clip on them dying to the butcher while I was scouting the area, the compound, and then they both die consecutively. I'm like, are you guys serious? And they're like, just finish him off and then pick us up. And I'm like, get out of here. And then I
They're trying to play
revive them and
cool.
they'll leave. And that clip has over 1,000 views on it.
Good. I love it.
Hell yeah.
So, well, maybe I'll ask everybody as a one round little finish off here, because it's ever evolving. Everybody likes to give their answers to this. But Kugi, since you are the one that is the biggest special guest, Drake's been here before and he's already given his answer to this. What is your favorite hunter and gun skin? Because everybody's got the one that they'll never ever let go of.
My favorite hunter is Fellas. I can totally tell.
Nice. Classic.
I also love North Star.
Oh,
I
okay.
like-
I'm giving a couple hunters now. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
We all
that's
got a
fine.
couple.
And I just got the prodigal daughter because I matched with another player with prodigal son just to have fun in games in.
Nice.
Always fun to duo.
And my favorite gun skin is it what's it called?
Do you at least remember the gun? What it is?
Yeah, the Caldwell Uppercut Midnight Howl.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Yeah, that's such a good one.
I love that one.
That one, and then another gun skin would be I like I don't know what it's called, but it's like that mossy Mosin look.
That's
No,
a bear's
bear's
tooth.
tooth.
Bear's tooth.
Yes. Bear's tooth.
Yep.
A free skin too.
That's a good one.
Excellent.
That's a good one.
Yeah. No, those are great ones. And Drake, have yours evolved at all, or are you still stuck on the infected?
I'm still stuck on infected. I would say I like infected and I like lose mala, but I see more lose mala than I see infected.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those weirdos that like I like to play a skin that no one else really plays much. So but
Okay.
I also just vibe with the infected. But with weapon though, Pallbearer's Crutch, the
Ooh,
Birthy Marksman. Oh, it's pretty.
sexy.
It's so
Oh,
pretty.
that's hot with bullet grubber.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. And long ammo getting all the good skins.
Yep, get that with some Spitzer in it, and you're a menace.
Get out of here.
Literally just had all discussion around that. Okay. Well, since you two are our special guests, I did want to ask our special guests this one. Kugi, I'll start with you. What is your most well-rounded, in your opinion, loadout? Like, you don't have to include tools and consumables unless you want to, but what's the thing you'll use reliably?
I already said it. The mini Mosin and drilling hatchet with bleed.
It's a good one. Yeah. 'cause
That's my only
That's-
custom shit
that's
that
a
I do.
solid
I
one.
leave the Mosin alone because I don't want to be that person. On days that
come
I'm in a
on.
good mood.
When they're not on your shit list, they don't get the most.
Yeah. And I always bring an antidote, no matter what.
Nice.
It's a good one. Yeah, make sure the hives don't accidentally fuck your chances of healing.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Drake? What's a good reliable loadout?
One of my go-tos for just always reliable would be the base Sparks and a Caldwell or Scotfield base. You could
A
obviously do
base?
any of the non-bases if you want, of course, but it's also in terms of budget, like it's not a terrible idea just to stick with bases. But otherwise, the Scotfield Swift is a good alternative to the regular Scotfield.
That it's just an excellent option to have with fanning, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's funny because I think you mentioned Scotfield, Kugi, was what you or wait, which one was it that you liked with fanning?
I like the PAX True Shot, the new one.
Pax True
'cause
Shot.
that
Okay.
one was competing with Scofield.
Right. It's funny you said when you said that because I've had a lot of luck with the base packs on fanning. Oh, and the base Scotfield. But I always land hits with fanning on either of those guns. It's kind of crazy. So if you've got fanning, especially the packs, the base Scotfield, and the Sparks, that's my go-to.
Excellent. I mean,
And
Sparks
an ammo
is-
crate if you want. Ammo crates are not that expensive, and it's so clutch to have one.
It is, man. Never sleep on Sparks. It's arguably the best gun in the game if you're insane. It is.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's just funny.
That 149 damage, man. All you got to do is literally piss on them through the wall and then tap them.
Or what's the meme, right? The choke
Yeah.
bolts with the Sparks.
Yeah, Kugi literally said the choke bolt.
Now, realize though,
Sparks.
if you're new, that a Sparks that hits an arm or a leg, you're not doing that full 149. So don't be upset when you're like, those HPE guys said, I could hit you with, and then it doesn't happen. You're like, what happened? You probably hit him in the arm or something,
Yeah.
and not the chest.
Exactly.
Yeah, upper chest.
It's
man.
149 to the chest, and or lower, like pelvis, right? I think the groin does 149.
Lower groin only to a certain distance. Upper chest is much longer.
Okay. So yeah, upper chest, get that hit, and then choke him out. That sounds
Yeah. Otherwise, if you're literally in the distance to fucking scream at them, shoot them in the dick. It'll always work.
grab it and twist it. Yep.
Twist his dick.
That's it.
Yeah.
Twist.
All right, Aaron, Tyler, do you guys have any finishing thoughts? Anything you guys want to mention?
It might turn into a big discussion, but Kugi, what was your thoughts on What's it
Don't
called?
start with the
Necro.
cheating. Oh, well, I've only had one. I don't have a lot of experience with playing with randoms. By randoms, I mean like matching with people randomly in the game. However, I do feel that when there's no communication, I think randoms really
Okay.
abuse Necro. And then the solo Necro part, I think we can leave that for another day. But
Well, okay. Are you in
when it comes
favor or
to
you
duos,
against it?
I'm in favor of it, but here's what I'm against is I think Necro should be only used once when it comes to like a one chance Necro when it comes to duos or trios. And then then if that's already used, then the only way to revive them is through a regular revive. The reason why is because like camping bodies is like half the time I die to that.
Thank you.
It's just like, come on. It's
I-
this is
I-
a one-
crying over there.
Can we make it a burn
I-
trait? Like, hello.
Yes, I absolutely hate self revive. I think it's stupid.
As much as I love getting revived and helping out, I think it's just broken.
I
Yeah.
actually agree with that, with like having a duo or trio and limiting
Making
the
it, yeah,
limiting that distant revive and like to one, unless you. Well, I would say the distant revive, and then if they die again, you have to go pick them up on their body like normal. But then that resets the necro chance
for
yeah.
that person or
for that person.
Okay,
I would say
Yeah,
it's a
I
one-time
think
thing
that-
between the person who has it and the person they're reviving. It's
I think
between
that
them.
could work. Yeah,
Yeah. I
'cause
would like
we've
that.
had a lot of discussions about necro and self revive on how they could fix it and stuff. So yeah, that would be I think a better solution than what we have now too. So
Yeah, previous episodes, and if you care to hear like more recent opinions on it, we'll eventually speak back on it, but we don't have the time on this one. Aaron, do you have any final thoughts?
I don't think, man. You know this.
Me neither.
wise words.
All right, our guests, do you have any final thoughts? Drake, Kugi?
No. Please remove
No.
slugs.
And then her comment is, please remove Spitzer? No?
Maybe.
All right.
Hey, remove Dolch, Deadeye.
Remove Dolce.
Stupid.
I don't even disagree.
Just
Oh, you know what there was? Yeah, just straight up
Remove.
remove Dolch. Oh, the comment earlier, or what we were talking about earlier about the removing ammo types from certain weapons. I would say I'm for that, but like just so that each like gun that are kind of equivalent can have their own niche, right?
yeah,
like-
Yeah.
Like I think the Vetterli got pushed out because, like we mentioned this earlier, because of the Centennial and whatever else
Springfield too.
and Springfield got pushed out because of
Pack.
drilling or whatever. It's like give everything that's a medium ammo type rifle a different ammo type to make that gun unique. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
or-
like I get
let
what
them
you're saying.
overlap a
Like,
little bit,
so, like
but-
Vetterli doesn't have bleed on it, therefore
right.
we
so
know of it
Centennial.
that way also. And then
Yeah.
the Centennial
Yeah.
has like every fucking
yeah, it's
has
I just
everything worth
realistically-
taking.
and a scope.
At the very least, get rid of Centennial Bleed. I think high velocity might be argued because past 200 meters, it's literally a soft tap anyway, and it's kind of redundant. But Bleed on it, I just think it's too consistent for what it can offer, and it's really, really oppressive, especially in teams. Because if you're a solo hunter running Bleed Centennial, I think it's a little less, but it's oppressive in team play.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. Let the Springfield shine there.
Yes, please let us have a reason to bring the Springfield back into play.
yeah. Also with the packs, I know I say this every time we have a discussion on it, but yes, packs
Yeah,
is
'cause-
love.
Yes,
The
the
pistols
packs needs
being
a lot of love.
yeah, well, and the pistols being a little more diverse in the custom ammo types is, of course, a little more welcomed because it's the rifles that really are the crown jewel of the loadout, right?
Of course, the big slot weapon. Yeah.
Unless you're me, I like to be old school gunslinger cowboy.
He likes full cowboy loadout.
You're the exception to the rule.
Damn
Speaking of
right. No, I'm
full
just kidding.
cowboy, maybe not have the auto around.
Hey.
Or just, you know,
Hey. You speak my
Literally-
language.
Literally keep nerfing that shit into the ground. Make it kick so hard that you literally aim backwards.
You aim to the sky.
Yeah, just make it so when you see him
100%
fucking
recoil.
yeah, when he shoots the first shot, he's literally snapping his back in half. He's like, That'd be
Sure.
great.
Yeah, let it happen. Hate that weapon.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Please add slower, more methodical weapons if you add any at all. We just need stuff that adds more to the gameplay we love and Hunt, which is well thought out and well aimed.
Let's let the Western shine a little bit more than the the
Right.
voodoo dark magic stuff, please.
As much as we like to add memes and shit and talk about like, oh, add this fast fire, it's all in jest. We want weapons that really are incredible and really add to the Old West theme.
Yeah.
And
So-
we want
Mhm.
want less. We want less speed. We want
Less
more.
spam. Less spam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd say
get rid
dual
of the
pistols.
opto.
As much as I love the marathon and the Mako, as much as I adore those weapons, they're spammy. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
more spammy weapons.
To
Dual
Whatever with
pistols.
Mako,
weapon.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Mako is insane. Well, and as much as we love, certain shit, dual pistols is about as far as I'm willing to go. And, especially with the spammy pistols, they made the bloom insane. Keep it that way. That's all they need to be is fucking memes at this point,
Yeah. Until the dualies are used on me and someone manages to headshot me, hip fire from
Every time.
50 meters away. with the first
Every
shot.
time. True. Aaron has a point. Kugi, did you say your piece? Are you good?
Yeah, I just realized I was gonna say, keep it to the Spitfire. I was like, okay, we're talking about what we
Keep
don't
it to
want,
the
but what
Spitfire?
up until the how fast it can go, the
Yeah.
spaminess.
That's an excellent answer. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cut it off here. Everybody's got lives that they need to live, and we're gonna
do?
plan. At least right now you do, or yeah.
I
But
live and breathe Hunt, brother.
apparently, so do most of the people that listen to this. These guys are thirsty for more, or
Good.
we're
We'll
just
give more.
gonna. We've got a very special episode planned around the 29th. No, yeah, the 29th of June. So please look forward to that. The next episode may not include me. I'm gonna take a little breather, so you're gonna get a whole lot of goodness from all the other HPE boys. I hope you enjoy that very much. I'm going to try and plan another listener episode at some point, so you may hear from Kugi again. Hopefully, the other one that was supposed to be on our podcast, Gray, I hope you can show up. I'm so sorry about your family situation that turned up. But, and Drake, obviously, won't be a stranger.
Wow. Yeah.
Expect to hear a little more Drake, hopefully Lowdown. It's mostly on the Baldur side. It's mostly on the Baldur side, so look forward to more Lowdown when he gets everything up and running. Thank
Mhm.
you all so much for listening to this episode. And as always, Tyler,
Stay hunting. Ka-chow.
stay hunting, everyone.
Ciao.
Ciao.
All right, Kugi, give us an outro.
Thanks for. I don't have any outros, but thanks for having me.
Perfect outro. Bye.